Adam Energized. You had a quick look on the outside, you'll see what it looks like, a nice red colour. And we'll go from there. It's the first time I've actually been in a new Adam, so it'll be quite interesting. It seems to be quite a popular car for Vauxhall at the moment, so it must be good. It must be good, or it must be nice enough. So we'll just do the same as we've done with every other car really. Let's have a look around the inside, how it feels.
Henderson,
We'll turn the music off.
They're picking them.
Don't like that. Right, so driving position. So for me, can I get a comfortable driving position? Yeah, I think that's the best thing from today so far is it's got a nice comfortable driving position. I can get low down in the seat, I can get as far back as I want, so I can bring the steering wheel out to me, which is good. Pedals feel good, nicely spaced, although it does feel as if you're pressing down a little bit rather than away, which is always a pet peeve of mine. So the Adam is a kind of main competitor to the Fiat 500, but to me I think it actually looks a little bit better from the outside. I mean, it's all personal opinion really, looks are subjective after all, but to me I think it's a quite nice looking car on the outside. Certainly nice on the inside, although this dashboard has got a little kind of little, looks like cracked vinyl effect. Not a fan. But overall, in terms of, you know, overall design, feel, space, it looks to be big enough in the front two seats. The back two seats, however, are pretty much non-existent. If you're 5'11" driving this car in the front, you'd be lucky to get a child in the back. So in that sense, it's definitely, to me, a two-seater. So they've actually engineered this quite cleverly. There's a nice view out onto the road. Steering's pretty sharp. That's a good point. Steering is pretty sharp, and off-centre is very light, but very positive. Actually, almost unnervingly positive at the front. Because you sit so far back in the chassis itself, it feels as if the front's away over here somewhere and you're steering something that's away off the front. In reality, it's not that far ahead of you, but it just certainly feels that way. Dials are clear, which is nice. But I have noticed that the instrument binnacle and the steering wheel aren't centred, they're slightly offset. Which, if you're being OCD, then you might not like it, but one thing I have noticed about driving about Luton this afternoon is that there's just so many Vauxhalls. You would expect that, obviously. So the Adam's got hill hold assist there, just felt that activating and deactivating there, which is good. So I quite like this steering wheel as well. It's quite a nice feeling in the hand, a little bit thick around the centre, but you know, again, it's a preference kind of thing. I do like the dials and how they've combined them. It looks like a nice watch face actually. It's quite a stylish looking interior. They've clearly spent quite a bit of effort on the looks of the inside of this car, because it's definitely a nice place to be. There's a lot of headroom. I'm 5'11", as I said. And there's plenty of space for tall people. Plenty of space for tall people. Okay, so this is the Adam Energized. So Energized is a thing that Vauxhall have launched whereby it kind of pairs options together. So the whole idea in the likes of this car and the Fiat 500, the standard car was designed so that you can customise everything, so you can have a different interior and exterior colours. And yeah, it's what they've done now is they've offered these Energised level. It's come with standard kit and standard colour combinations. So if you pick red on the outside, you get nice red dash panels and trim panels on the inside here, some really nice sculpted door sides here. It does appear to have quite a decent chassis. So like I said, it has sharp steering up front, and naturally with most city cars like this it's got sharp brakes as well. This is the 70 PS version, so it's not exactly the punchiest thing, but that being said, it is reasonable enough to get you about. Like, we're comfortably doing 60 here, and I'm not reaching to go down a gear, so can't really complain in that sense. There's a lot of kind of feeling of space in this cabin. I think that's largely driven by you're sat so far back in the car itself, and also the front A-pillar curves away from you in such a fashion that it feels like it's quite far. I mean, I can barely touch it here. It feels like it's quite far away from you, and that just lends to a bit of space. The scuttle panel again is quite low, and that provides just easy access to the view. So initially, for anything other than city roads, I think the steering is going to just be that little bit too sharp. When it finds a particular groove in the road, the front end is overly sharp. I think the steering needs to be brought down a little bit. I mean, chassis wise, it feels great. And in terms of response from the engine, again, thumbs up, but overall power from the engine, obviously being 70 PS, it's not going to be electric. A couple of things are standard in this car. You got aircon, got your Bluetooth for your radio and DAB radio on this car. It'd be really interesting to try and see if I can try one of these for a little bit longer, because I do like it, but there are some drawbacks to it. Main one being for me is when you open the boot, there's quite a high boot lip, and you drop stuff down and into the boot rather than, you know, just loading it straight in the back. I think that would be an issue for anyone who is perhaps older, and if they got heavy shopping they might not be able to lift it. I'm not going to lie, this is a lot slower than, well, pretty much any of the cars I've reviewed so far. However, it's not really about speed, this car. While it's got the kind of sporty chassis, I think this will be what we call a momentum driven car. So you spend a while building up the speed and then carry the speed. And I'll quite happily live with it. Like I said, you're going to run out of confidence before it runs out of front end grip. It's got quite nice racing looked pedals, which they made a point about on their little briefing this morning about the Adam. Made a little song and dance about that. Interior storage is quite good. Deep pockets in the door bins. Obviously in the back is non-existent, and you wouldn't really expect that anyway. The Fiat 500 in that sense is also pretty poor. What I would say, comparing this to the 500, I drove the 500 at a media event at the tail end of last year, and it was the twin-air version. For me, the twin-air version of the 500 felt a little bit punchier than this. However, I feel more at home driving in this car than I did doing the 500. And I feel like I'm in the car rather than on top of it. I think that's a lot to do with the seating position, as I managed to get straight into this car and feel immediately comfortable. Whereas in the 500 there was a little bit of a compromise on interior space. I would like to do a bit of a back-to-back really between this and the Volkswagen Up, just due to, you know, they're meant to be in the same market. Obviously the Up is a lot less customisable than the Adam, but that's slightly changing. Volkswagen have launched a couple of different models of the Up since its initial launch, which means that there's a few more varieties to choose from, rather than just white or black. I know there are other colours available. Overall, I am actually pretty impressed with the Adam. The seats are comfortable. The H point in terms of the seating position is, again, about right, specifically for this type of car, because you don't want it to be too low. Power steering is light but direct, which is what you would like for your city type drivings. Does it deal with bumps? Yes. The amount of times I've went over these speed bumps today. I particularly like the way this car looks. It's quite nice in this fetching red colour. I quite like the colour combination of this car. It's red and black. If I were in the market for looking for one, that would probably be the colour combination I would go for. It is quite nice, although they do stand out quite nice in white as well. There's a few little design touches that are on modern Vauxhalls which I'll just show some imagery of just now, and some I'm keen on, some I'm not. On this car I'll show you the ones that I am keen on. I particularly like the rear C-pillar, as I feel it flows quite well. I don't think they've quite pulled it off as well in the Astra hatch, but they've pulled it off in the Estate, I think they've, sorry, the Sport Tourer.